Hello and welcome to your channel Bienestar. I'm truly glad to have you here. This is the place where we talk about health, longevity, and simple natural habits that help you maintain physical, mental, and emotional balance. In today's video, I want to share something very special with you, something that can transform your daily well-being. Today on Bienestar, we're talking about the vitamin that dissolves blood clots in your legs. Have you noticed that by the end of the day your legs feel heavy, sore, or uncomfortable without a clear reason? Do your legs swell, or do you experience those annoying nighttime cramps that make it hard to sleep? Even though many people assume these sensations are normal, they are often early signs that your circulation needs attention. My name is Dr. Gabriel Mina, and I want to tell you something most people don't know. There is a vitamin that acts as a true protective shield for your blood vessels. Today, I'm going to explain what it is and how it can help you keep your legs safe from dangerous clots. I encourage you to listen carefully, because what you're about to learn can make a real difference in your health. Before we continue, I want to be completely honest with you. The title mentions a vitamin that can dissolve clots. Although the phrasing is strong, I need to clarify it right from the start. No vitamin on its own can dissolve a clot once it is already formed, the way specialized medical treatment can in a hospital setting. Believing that could be risky, and as a doctor, I feel responsible for explaining this clearly. However, we do have strong scientific evidence supporting the existence of a vitamin with extraordinary preventive power. A molecule that helps your blood flow more freely and significantly reduces the chances of clots forming in the first place. Today I'm not here to talk about miracle cures. I'm here to talk about science, prevention, and a powerful resource that can transform the health of your legs. Stay with me, because understanding this is the first step toward making smarter decisions about your vascular health. And if content like this helps you, I invite you to subscribe, activate the notification bell, and share this video. I upload new videos every day, and one of them may be exactly what you need to improve your health. To understand the problem and the value of the solution I'll share with you, we first need to look at what's happening inside your body. Imagine your body as a busy city. Your arteries and veins are the major highways and smaller roads through which your most precious resource travels: blood carrying oxygen and nutrients. Arteries work like highways leaving the heart, delivering oxygen-rich blood to every corner of your body. Veins take on the return journey, carrying used blood back to the heart and lungs so it can be replenished. This system is fascinating. But what happens when those routes deteriorate, become congested, or get blocked? That's when problems begin. Inside the veins in your legs, you have tiny valves whose job is to help blood move upward and prevent gravity from pulling it back down. Chronic venous insufficiency begins when these valves weaken or become damaged, like a door that no longer closes properly. When this happens, instead of flowing smoothly back to the heart, blood accumulates in the veins of your legs. This increases pressure, enlarges the veins, and makes them visible under the skin. That's what we call varicose veins. But varicose veins are just the visible part of the issue. This constant pressure and stagnant blood create the perfect environment for something far more serious: clot formation. And I want to share a case I treated years ago. A patient named Marta, around 58 years old, came to my office with significant swelling in her legs. She thought they were just varicose veins, but when I examined her, I found clear signs of advanced venous stasis. Shortly after, she developed a clot that could have been avoided if she had paid attention to those early signs. I mention her story today because it reflects what happens to thousands of people watching these videos. Now, not all clots are dangerous. When you get a cut, your body activates an incredible mechanism. Small cells called platelets rush to the wound, and together with proteins, create the plug or clot to stop the bleeding. That kind of clot is useful and life-saving. The real problem appears when a clot forms inside a perfectly healthy blood vessel where there is no wound to repair. This is called thrombosis. A clot in a leg vein is like a massive traffic jam on an important highway. Blood flow becomes slow, irregular, and can stop entirely. This is what we call deep vein thrombosis, a serious condition that should never be ignored. And the danger doesn't end there. If a piece of that clot breaks off, it can travel through the bloodstream, pass through the heart, and get stuck in the lungs, causing a pulmonary embolism. This is a medical emergency and can be fatal. So when natural health communities talk about dissolving clots, what they really mean is reducing the risk of blood becoming thick and prone to forming dangerous blockages. In other words, keeping your internal highways clear, with smooth and unobstructed circulation. And this is where nutrition, and one particular vitamin, begins to play a crucial role in prevention. But before I reveal which vitamin it is, it's essential to recognize the signals your body sends. Poor circulation and clot risk do not appear suddenly. They begin as small, subtle warnings that become stronger over time. Ignoring them allows the problem to grow silently. Pay close attention because you might recognize some of these signals. The first is persistent heaviness and fatigue in your legs. It's one of the most common symptoms and one of the easiest to overlook. This heaviness I'm describing is not the usual tiredness after a busy day. It's a deep, dragging sensation, as if you were carrying extra weight around your ankles. Your legs feel weak, drained, and the only temporary relief seems to come from elevating them. This happens because blood that should flow normally becomes stagnant, and some of the fluid leaks into surrounding tissues, making your legs literally heavier. At the same time, the muscles stop receiving the oxygen they need to function properly. The second warning sign is swelling, what we commonly know as edema in the feet and ankles. You may notice that your socks leave deep marks at the end of the day, or that the shoes that felt comfortable in the morning start to feel tight by the afternoon. That is edema. When pressure inside the veins increases, part of the blood's fluid leaks into the surrounding tissues, and gravity causes that fluid to accumulate mainly in the ankles and feet. At first, it may disappear overnight, but with time, it becomes persistent. The third sign is nighttime cramps, those intense spasms that can wake you from a deep sleep with sharp pain in the calf or the foot. These cramps are a clear signal that your muscles are not receiving enough oxygenated blood and that substances like lactic acid are building up due to poor circulation. The fourth warning sign involves changes in your skin and the temperature of your legs. Your body communicates through your skin, and it is essential to learn how to read these messages. If your feet are constantly cold, even in a warm environment, it means oxygen-rich, warm blood is not reaching them properly. You may also notice changes in color, pale or bluish skin when oxygen is lacking, or brownish or reddish tones in more chronic cases when red blood cells escape from the veins and stain the skin from within. The skin may also become dry, shiny, fragile, and itchy because poor circulation affects its nourishment. The fifth sign is tingling and numbness. That sensation as if ants are walking on your skin or a part of your leg suddenly goes numb is not always due to bad posture. When blood flow is insufficient, your nerves do not receive the oxygen they need, and they respond by sending these unusual signals. The sixth sign is the appearance of spider veins and varicose veins. Spider veins are small red or bluish lines near the surface of the skin. They are a milder version of varicose veins, which are larger, twisted, and swollen. Both indicate that the valves inside the veins are not working properly and blood is getting trapped. The seventh warning sign is wounds that take too long to heal. When a small cut or scratch on the lower leg takes weeks or even months to close, it is a serious symptom. For a tissue to heal, it needs oxygen, nutrients, and immune support delivered through the blood. When circulation is poor, this entire process slows down, increasing the risk of dangerous infections. Recognizing these signs is not about creating fear, but about motivating you to take action. It is your body speaking clearly. And the truth is that an essential part of the solution begins with what you choose to put on your plate, especially a nutrient that often goes unnoticed. Now that you understand the risks and the way your body sends warnings, it is time to introduce you to the main character of this story, vitamin E. I often call it the shield of your blood vessels because, although it cannot break down a clot that already exists, it has exceptional preventive power. Its true strength lies in stopping the conditions that allow dangerous clots to form. Let me emphasize this once again. Vitamin E is not a tool that will unclog a blocked vein, but it is a key element in keeping your arteries and veins healthy and less prone to clot formation. To understand why this vitamin is so important, we need to see how it works on three main fronts. The first front is its role as an antioxidant guardian. Every day, Our body faces a constant attack from unstable molecules known as free radicals. They are produced by natural processes inside the body, but also by external factors like pollution and smoke. They are unavoidable, and their impact is destructive, especially on the delicate inner walls of blood vessels. I remember a patient named Helena, who came to my clinic with extremely fragile skin on her legs and visibly inflamed veins. She had poor eating habits and had been smoking from a young age. After improving her diet and adding vitamin E-rich foods, we noticed significant changes in her circulation and in the health of her skin. Her case is a clear example of how small decisions can lead to major transformations. The damage caused by these unstable molecules triggers inflammation and leaves the inner walls of the blood vessels with small irregularities where cholesterol can easily adhere, weakening the veins over time. This is where vitamin E plays a decisive role. This nutrient acts as a powerful antioxidant capable of integrating into the membranes of our cells, including those of the blood vessels, to protect them from within. It works like a protective shield that neutralizes free radicals before they cause harm. By keeping the walls of the arteries and veins smoother and more elastic, vitamin E helps blood flow more efficiently. The second front, the non-stick effect on platelets and its anti-aggregation action. This is perhaps its most concrete contribution to preventing clots. As I mentioned earlier, platelets are the first to start the clotting process. Under normal conditions, they move calmly through the bloodstream, but when the vessel walls are damaged, they become stickier and tend to clump together. Vitamin E has a subtle but highly relevant effect. It reduces that unnecessary tendency to aggregate. You can imagine it as coating the platelets with a thin layer that reduces their adhesion. In fact, some studies show that vitamin E acts on a key enzyme involved in platelet stickiness. And here it is essential to understand the difference. An anticoagulant like warfarin blocks major clotting factors, while an antiplatelet like aspirin prevents platelets from sticking together. Vitamin E provides a natural, milder effect in this same direction. It does not replace any medication, but it does help reduce the likelihood of abnormal clot formation. The third front, its ability to support blood vessel dilation. Vitamin E also helps blood vessels relax and open slightly, a process known as vasodilation. This happens because it promotes the production of substances that facilitate this relaxation. When vessels are wider, blood pressure tends to decrease and circulation becomes smoother, reducing the strain on your entire circulatory system. It is similar to going from driving on a narrow street to traveling on a wide, open highway. In simple terms, vitamin E does not dissolve existing clots, but it creates internal conditions where clots are far less likely to develop. It protects vascular walls, reduces platelet adhesion, and helps circulation flow without obstacles. I remember a patient named Maritza, whom I treated several years ago. She struggled with persistent cramps and constant heaviness in her legs. When I reviewed her diet, I noticed she consumed almost no natural sources of vitamin E. With a few adjustments and a comprehensive plan, her circulation improved dramatically in just a few weeks. Stories like hers are more common than most people realize. Before we continue, let me remind you of something important. If this content is helping you, make sure to subscribe, share it, and turn on notifications. We upload new videos every day with valuable information for your well-being. The practical solution: filling your plate with vitamin E. Now that you understand how this nutrient works, let's move on to the most important part: how to include it in your daily routine. The safest and most effective way to get vitamin E is through food. Nature gives us an incredible variety of options. Supplements are a different topic and require strict medical supervision. As a physician, I always recommend starting with food first. Here are some of the best natural sources of vitamin E. Sunflower seeds. These are, without a doubt, one of the richest sources. Just a quarter cup of toasted sunflower seeds provides almost your entire daily requirement of vitamin E. You can add them to salads, smoothies, yogurt, or enjoy them on their own as a healthy snack. Almonds. Another outstanding food. A handful of almonds delivers a significant amount of this antioxidant. They work perfectly as a snack or as a topping for your morning oatmeal. Hazelnuts. Also very rich in vitamin E. They pair wonderfully with dark chocolate, which also supports circulation, or in healthier dessert recipes. Cold-pressed vegetable oils. Wheat germ oil is the most concentrated, but sunflower oil and extra virgin olive oil are excellent alternatives. The key is to use them in cold preparations, such as dressings, or in low-heat cooking, since high temperatures destroy much of the vitamin. Spinach and broccoli. Green vegetables are essential. Lightly steamed spinach releases more nutrients, and broccoli provides fiber and antioxidants. Try including at least one of these vegetables in your main meals every day. Avocado. A true nutritional powerhouse. It provides healthy fats and a good amount of vitamin E. You can add it to toast, salads, or prepare a fresh homemade guacamole. Fatty fish. Salmon, trout, mackerel. In addition to offering omega-3s, highly anti-inflammatory, they also provide a small but meaningful amount of vitamin E. Integrating these foods is simple. A breakfast with oatmeal and almonds, a lunch salad with sunflower seeds and olive oil, and a dinner with salmon and steamed spinach can deeply transform your circulatory health. With small changes, you strengthen your system from the inside out. We live in a time when many people think a pill can fix any problem. But I must be completely clear with you, self-prescribing high-dose vitamin E supplements is not a good idea. Vitamin E from food is safe and your body knows exactly how to process it, but concentrated supplements work differently. A single high-dose capsule can disrupt your body's natural balance. The main risk of overusing supplements is an increased chance of bleeding. Because vitamin E reduces platelet aggregation, an excessive dose can interfere too much with normal clotting. This is especially risky if you already take medications like warfarin or aspirin, because the combination can lead to serious bleeding. For this reason, I always advise stopping vitamin E supplements before any surgery, usually about 2 weeks in advance, to prevent complications related to bleeding. So when might supplementation actually be necessary? Only when prescribed after a full medical evaluation. This happens, for example, in people with conditions that make fat absorption difficult, such as cystic fibrosis or Crohn's disease. In those cases, the exact dose must be strictly supervised. The essential message is this: trust what nature offers first. Your plate is the most powerful, balanced, and safest tool to nourish your blood vessels. Before we continue, let me remind you that if this content is useful to you, I invite you to subscribe, share this video, and turn on notifications. New videos are posted here every day with information that can help improve your well-being. The holistic approach. Vitamin E does not work alone. It would be a mistake to think that vitamin E is a magical solution. The health of your veins and arteries is the result of teamwork. Vitamin E is important, yes, but it needs the support of other nutrients that strengthen the circulatory system. The nutritional support team. Vitamin C, the builder of tissue. Vitamin C is essential for producing collagen, the protein that gives structure and strength to blood vessel walls. You can find it in citrus fruits, peppers, strawberries, and broccoli. Vitamin C and vitamin E complement each other perfectly. Vitamin C helps regenerate vitamin E after it neutralizes free radicals. Flavonoids, nature's reinforcements. These plant compounds are exceptional for vein health. They help strengthen capillaries and reduce inflammation. You can find them in berries, green tea, onions, and dark chocolate with more than 70% cacao. Magnesium, the natural relaxant. Magnesium helps the muscles in artery walls relax, keeping the vessels more open and blood pressure stable. It's found in green vegetables, seeds, nuts, and legumes. Omega-3, the ultimate anti-inflammatory. Present in fatty fish like salmon as well as chia and flax seeds, omega-3s help improve blood flow thanks to their powerful anti-inflammatory effects. Hydration, the system's lubricant. Although it's not a vitamin, it is just as important. Blood is mostly water. If you're dehydrated, your blood becomes thicker and harder to. I remember Mr. Hector, a patient who came to my office complaining of leg discomfort and frequent aches. When we reviewed his habits, we discovered that he barely drank water throughout the day. Simply correcting his hydration transformed his circulation in just a few weeks. Sometimes, the simplest changes bring the deepest results. Lifestyle, the true master factor. You can take the best vitamins, but if you live a sedentary life, the benefits drop dramatically. Movement is the most powerful engine for healthy circulation in your legs. Walk, walk, and walk again. Every step activates your calf muscles, which work like a natural pump that pushes blood upward. That is why they are often called the second heart. Aim to walk at least 30 minutes a day. Simple exercises at home or at work. If you spend long hours sitting, stand up from time to time. Do heel and toe movements as if pressing a gas pedal, rotate your ankles in both directions, and lift yourself onto your tiptoes several times. These simple exercises activate that second heart in a surprisingly effective way. Elevate your legs. At the end of the day, lie down and raise your legs above heart level for about 15 minutes. It is one of the easiest ways to relieve accumulated pressure. Elevating your legs regularly allows gravity to work in your favor, helping the blood that pools in the lower body return more easily. Maintaining a healthy weight is also essential. When we carry extra pounds, the veins in our legs have to work twice as hard, making venous return much more difficult. Avoid tight clothing as well. Garments that compress the waist, groin, or thighs can significantly restrict blood flow. And remember that spending too many hours sitting or standing still affects circulation. The body needs movement and regular posture changes to work properly. Vitamin E plays a key role in vascular health, but its true power shows when it is part of a balanced diet and an active lifestyle. My hope is that everything we have discussed so far has helped you understand the real importance of prevention and the essential function this vitamin provides as a natural protector of your circulation. Let me take a brief moment to ask you for something important. If this content has given you clarity and you would like to keep learning with me every day, I invite you to subscribe, turn on notifications, and share this video with someone who needs to better understand what their body is trying to tell them. We upload new content here every day, always with the goal of helping you make informed decisions about your health. Let me share a simple experience with a patient I saw a few months ago. She was a woman in her late 50s who arrived with constant complaints, heavy legs, swelling, and nighttime cramps. Only when she decided to take small steps, moving more, improving her diet, and adding vitamin-rich foods, did she begin to notice real changes. Many times, results appear when we combine small habits that seem simple but are deeply effective. And now, I want to ask you for 3 essential things. First, remember that this video is for educational purposes and can never replace a professional medical evaluation. If you're experiencing symptoms like poor circulation, varicose veins, or if you're taking anticoagulant medications, it is crucial to consult your doctor before making any changes to your treatment. Second, if this explanation has been helpful to you, share it. Think of that person who always mentions leg fatigue or already shows signs of poor circulation. Sharing this video may become a true act of care and support. And third, I would love for this space to become a truly active community. Leave a comment and tell me which country you're watching from and which vitamin-rich food you want to start adding to your daily routine. I read your messages and try to reply to as many as possible because I genuinely care about guiding you through this journey. Before we wrap up, let's review the key takeaways. Today we clarified an important myth. No vitamin can dissolve blood clots that are already formed. However, we also learned that its greatest value lies in prevention. We saw that vitamin E works like a protective shield, supporting the inner walls of your blood vessels, reducing excessive platelet adhesion, and promoting a healthier blood flow. We also learned that the safest way to obtain vitamin E is through natural foods like almonds, avocados, and sunflower seeds. High-dose supplements can create complications and should only be used under strict medical supervision. And most importantly, we understood that vascular health is the result of a combination of habits. Vitamin E is a powerful ally, but it becomes even more effective when paired with movement, good nutrition, and mindful attention to the signals your body sends. Do not ignore what your body is trying to tell you. That heaviness, that swelling, or those cramps are not random, they are invitations to take action. You received clear and valuable information today. Put it into practice. Take charge of your health. Start today. Strengthen your circulation and build a more resilient body. I am Dr. Gabriel Mina, and my mission is to give you the tools you need to live with wellness, fullness, and purpose. Before closing, allow me to extend a special invitation. Take a moment to thank God for your life, for the opportunity to learn, and for the deep desire to take care of yourself. And if you feel it in your heart, I invite you, respectfully and gently, to surrender your life to God and repeat this prayer with me. Father, thank you for everything you do in my life. I ask your forgiveness for my faults and for everything in me that does not please you. I accept you as my Lord and Savior. Write my name in the book of life and never erase it. I give you my life, my mind, my heart, my spirit, and my soul, so that from this moment on, you alone govern my life. In the name of Jesus, amen. If this video helped you, I invite you once again to subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and join me every day. You'll find new content here every morning, created to help you transform your health step by step. Thank you for being here and for allowing me to accompany you.